boy. And now, that comedy corporal who's really an entertainer of major stature, Larry Storch.
Thank you. A great pleasure for me, ladies and gentlemen, to be here in Hollywood Palace. And to begin with, from my part of the show, a great joke. That's what I need right now, a great joke. But I come from New York, and we have 1 million Chinese restaurants there and little antique shops. And I must tell you about a guy who walks in. A guy walks into a little Chinese antique shop, and he walks over to the little Chinese gentleman who runs the place. He says to him, "Hey, you, come here, pal." He says, "I breezed in here an hour ago, and I bought a fan off you for a quarter, eh? And I took that fan outside, and I give it a couple of fans, and look at that fan." He says, "Do you remember that?" And the little Chinese man, he says, "I remember the fan, but I don't remember you." He said, "All white men look alike." The guy says, "Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, pal. Don't give me that heartache. You take it from me, it was me. You're the joker I done business with, and I bought the fan off you. For a quarter, I took the fan outside, and look at that fan. Now, what are you going to do about it?" The little Chinese man said, "Let me see how you fan yourself." The guy says, "Well, gee, pal, there ain't no trick to that. I took it outside, and I give it a couple of them things, and look at that fan." The little Chinese man said, "For 25 cents, you no fan like that, you fan like that." The money that I spend on props. But you know, in New York at the UN, I must tell you about this fellow. He came from Katanga in Africa, and it was his turn to talk to the boys from the podium this particular day, and his name was Kwanjali Bamboko, and he looked pretty snazzy. He had on the robes and everything. It was going pretty good, you know. And he runs smack dab into Lawrence Spivak, and Lawrence Spivak says to him, "Welcome to the UN, Kwanjali Bamboko. Are you aware of the communist threat to your newly formed state, and what are you doing about it?" And the guy from Katanga says, "We in Katanga feel that we are aware of the insidious threat that the communists present, and we take what we consider to be the line of scrimmage. We will not be shackled by one type of colonialism after we have freed ourselves of another type of colonialism." Mr. Bamboko, sir, you speak English very well. Would you mind telling us, where did you learn that? Shortwave radio. Thank you very much. Yes, would you bring that off here? I read a book the other day, as a matter of fact this afternoon, on Indian yoga, and I think I got the hang of it. And I'm going to demonstrate it for you here today. And this, we're going to start out with a simple posture. This is called the lotus posture, and it works like this. As I say, I'm not an expert on it, but we'll give it a go. Now, the way I remember it, this leg, you start out, this leg, you tuck it in up in here, see? Like that. Now, this leg, this is the tricky part, this leg gets in over on top. And you don't want to, you know, strip your gears, so you do it nice. And there it is. Now, this is great for you. This is great for relaxation, see? Every muscle in my body is relaxed. Now, the way you get out of this
You throw yourself in reverse, see? Just like you come... Isn't that embarrassing? Wait till I get you in the dressing room. Sarge! Captain! Get me out of here, will you, fellas?
What's the matter?
I need a little help. Get me out of here.
Oh, come on.